Syrian HTS leader Ahmed al-Sharaa, formerly known as Mohammad al-Julani, is calling for a reassessment of the 2015 roadmap in a meeting with UN envoy to Syria, Geir Pedersen. The roadmap endorses a peace process facilitated by the United Nations, establishing a non-sectarian governance within 6 months and setting a schedule for a process of drafting a new constitution. It also calls for free and fair elections. Al-Sharaa's reasons to reassess the roadmap is because certain provisions are no longer applicable. The roadmap calls for peace talks between the government and the opposition, but now that former Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has fled the country and the opposition is the only ruling power left, the UN resolution has become out of date. Another probable argument against it is the involvement of the UN in the peace process instead of promoting an internal discourse.
We must give Damascus its right. We must give it its right by restoring people's dignity and pride, and by building it properly. The opportunities are available to us. There is nothing greater than for one to work to reunite the Syrian people.
Syria has been suffering under crippling economic sanctions enforced by the United States, which have paralyzed its economy due to an embargo on the oil sector, freezing financial assets of not only individuals but also the Syrian state, and a trade ban. Syria is the world's third most sanctioned country as of March 2022. The UN envoy to Syria, however, has expressed a willingness to change this.
We need to see that this is fixed quickly. We will hopefully see a quick end to sanctions so that we can see really rallying around building up Syria again. And then, my last point, we need to see, of course, justice and accountability for crimes. And we need to make sure that that goes through a credible justice system.
Following a meeting between Pedersen and US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Blinken also acknowledged the opportunity for change, albeit in accordance with the UN resolution.
It's a pleasure to meet with Special Envoy Pedersen from the UN to talk about the challenges that we face and need to face together in Syria. Our determination to work together to support a Syrian-led transition where the United Nations plays a critical role, particularly when it comes to the provision of assistance, to the protection of minorities, to all the work that needs to happen.
And so, with the new reality coming into focus in Syria, it becomes clear that there's still a long way to go to establish a system that will bring peace and prosperity to the war-torn country.